Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for this week's episode of Paws and Claws, the Lost Tales of Pugmire. I'm Jess. I am your guide. You might see me down in the chat as Angry Nerd Girl. And let's get started. Welcoming back the wonderful Eartha Kitty, played by Miss Honey and Dice. Honey, tell us about who you are and who you are playing.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight I'm playing the fabulously fair feline, Miss Eartha Kitty.
Alan, the only Alan tonight. Tell us about yourself and who you are playing.
Hello, I am playing Snowball, the man of many faces and terrible accents.
Speaking of accents, Cameron, tell us who you are and who you're playing.
Hi, I'm Cameron Blair. I'm a freelance writer for TTRPGs, D&D, and all that kind of stuff. I also play in streamed games like this one. And I am playing Jean-Pierre Cachet, the truly revolutionary cat, who seems to be at the head of everything today. So he was excited about that. You're muted, Jess.
Muted?
Damn it, I hit the button and it still failed me. Anyway, please welcome our amazing, wonderful guest, Christina. Christina, tell us who you are and who you're playing.
Hi, my name's Christina, and I'll be playing the very good boy, Pushak the Malamute.
Yeah. And as you can see, we are down a Baguette and a Grimly. They're both feeling kind of under the weather, so go give Lynn and the other Alan some love on Twitter. You can see their handles in the thing. And without further ado, let's get started. Who wants to give us a previously on last week's Paws and Claws?
Well, Alan didn't take notes again, so it's me. So last week on Paws and Claws, we killed the detective. That's how we started off. We started off combat. The detective attempted to bring us in for questioning without any reason or means. So basically detaining without any necessary, like, for no reason, which is against the law in the real world and in this imaginary one.
He asked you to join him for questioning, and you responded with murder. I do just want to put that out there.
He said, you're going to come in and join us for questionings. Jean-Pierre said no, and then he said, I don't think it's going to work like that. And then Snowball ran, and then he tried to kill Snowball. So
he tried to extract Snowball's brain. It's a valid interrogation technique.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Extracting someone's brain is much better than killing them. Wow.
Yeah, and all I wanted to do was mail some letters.
Right, like, heck, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so yeah, we killed the detective. We met a wonderful friend named Vincent, who was a dog that had a bear as a friend, but like a ghost bear. Then we had a little bit of a philosophical discussion about why we were murdering this detective. Turned out he was a friend of man and was working for them and was here to remove the general and most likely the rest of the group. So after that little bit of interrogation, finding out what his next step was, we murdered him and hid his body in an alley. I did that last part, both of those last parts. Very happy about that. Anyway, we moved on. We joined Snowball in his endeavor to deliver his mail. Snowball angered a group of pelicans and seagulls who are the mail delivery service here. And they were upset because Snowball was flying. While they were kind of arguing and discussing amongst themselves outside the post office, Jean-Pierre agitated a strike. amongst the mail service. So also very proud of that. Then we joined Vincent on his journey to find a massive carp. I forget the name completely, but
The Cyprian carp.
the Cyprian carp, that guy, who has been alive since during the time of man, which to Cameron's brain is like way too long ago. So this giant carp is maybe bigger than a boat, around the size of a large boat. And so we went out in a little dinghy. Jean-Pierre was the gondolier for the group. And then we met the carp, and that's where we ended.
Honey, what was Eartha up to last week?
Well, making sure that the way was clear, that when we have to leave, that, there's everything's been handled on the giving the right people the right amount of plastic, and, doing my job to do what I do in the background when nobody sees it. Then perhaps I treated myself to a nice room, and I have just been reclining on the deck of Chicken Heart, comfortably, with a couple of pillows, as I casually read through miscellaneous literature and old notebooks of my own, taking this opportunity to read some of the diaries, because something not sitting right with her.
All right. Well, at the very end of last week's episode, your boat had just been overturned by Mr. Cyprian himself. And I believe Snowball flew away. And
Snowball flew and was holding one of the dogs.
Baguette. I
So,
believe.
Yeah.
So, because she's not here, we can say that Vincent took Baguette back to the shore safely.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we have Jean-Pierre and Snowball. And we'll say Vincent took Lilia as well, because they both got back okay.
And as far as I remember, the boat wasn't capsized. It was just
lifted up
on top of his back, because Jean-Pierre definitely saved just in the boat. Like,
okay, so we have Jean-Pierre on the fish, Snowball next to the fish, and he had just asked who was disturbing him.
Bonjour.
I'd first off like to say that this is a terrible combination of people to be talking to this fish.
I think it's great. What are you talking about? Jean-Pierre's. Bonjour, Monsieur Cyprien. My name is Jean-Pierre Cachet, the cat from the monarchies at your service, and that one that is flying is Snowball, also a cat from the monarchies. We came seeking you out at the behest of our friend Vincent, who is a servant of humans.
I remember the humans.
Was they as terrible as I was told?
Goodness and badness depend on perspective. Why have you disturbed me?
I believe there is a force in this land called the Unseen. And they are raising the dead and causing death where it does not need to be. So
You
it was our...
feel the boat move up and down underneath you.
And Jean-Pierre's kind of got the gondolier pole just like touching the ground a little bit, just in case he needs to like pole vault onto the shore.
Okay.
It's just, well, so that was the initial idea, the catalyst for this adventure to meet you.
And why have you disturbed me?
We wish to utilize your vast wisdom in search of an answer to end the unseen. We have information that there is an island that you get with this magical compass and a large light that you can go and apprehend a large number of the unseen from something.
Snowball, where are you flying in relation to all this?
Uh,
Are you like above his face? Are you in front of him? Are you above Jean-Pierre?
I would probably say the second it started talking, I would go in front of it, in front of its face.
Okay, that's fun.
Yep.
Give me a con save as he sighs a massive sigh.
I'm going to use a fortune. Gotta love those snowball rolls. Oh, that's only one more. That was not worth the fortune. 5.
Okay, so you don't take any damage, but you are like buffeted back 20 feet.
Okay.
And you feel like warm and sticky, and it smells like fish mouth. Like fish and old people smell, basically. Sorry, honey.
I try to, as I'm coming back that distance, I dip into the water real quick to try and get out of the get rid of the smell.
Okay. Cyprian just kind of starts to slosh from side to side. And says, most bring offerings.
What do you like? We have a very fancy shovel.
No, we do not. Grimly has it. I never got it from Grimly.
Well, that is, that is besides the point. We can always grab it and bring it back.
I pull out. God, I've only used this once before and it worked well. I pull out my ocarina.
Okay. Are you gonna give him the ocarina, or are you playing the ocarina?
I am going to ask, would you like a song?
It's been 84 years since I heard the ocarina.
That is a very precise memory you have. That is impressive.
It went doo. Perhaps you can be better.
I'm going to start playing.
Give
See
me a
how it goes.
performance check.
What's
Charisma.
charisma? Oh, I have no modifier for that.
You fool.
Well, then you don't have a negative
Wait.
modifier.
This is a charisma check?
Yes.
Haha. Immaculate grooming. I have advantage, though.
Is that just for cats? Or is
That
it
is just for cats.
Yeah.
No, I mean, is it just for when you're interacting with cats?
No.
Okay, cool.
It
Just
says advantage on charisma checks.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just straight up. That is an 18.
So tell me about your beautiful song that you play.
It's I listened to what tune it was trying to imitate, and like the previous person who tried to play it, and I tried to play that song but 1,000 times better.
1,000 times. Yeah.
Well, you played about 18 times better. And after a bit of playing, you see, and Jean-Pierre definitely feels, Mr. Cyprian starting to, like, move along with the music and, like, go in and out of the water. And, Jean-Pierre, give me a strength or dexterity saving throw, please, to stay in the boat.
You know I'm doing dexterity. That is a 21.
Yeah, you were so in this boat. Just rocking with the waves on this giant fish.
Rock the boat.
No, the song is "Do Not Rock the Boat."
And by the time you're done, Snowball, he swims up to you and looks at you with one massive eye. And you see kind of the rest of his face has weird bulging pustules. But this eye is cloudy, but wise and bright. And about as big, like bigger than your face.
Okay.
He says, that song was excellent.
Snowball takes a bow.
I will tell you one secret before my nap. Choose wisely.
Snowball, do you think we should confer before we ask about this secret?
Oh, I'm so conflicted. Snowball just wants to ask, but Alan doesn't.
Well, why don't we pause on that for a second and go to
Yeah.
what's going on the boat? So, Eartha, you are hanging out, reading, seeing and hearing some of the lizard deckhands go about their business. They're having a few drinks. The tail spinners kind of telling some stories. And that'd be Edgardo. But give me a notice check, please.
What skill is that?
Wisdom.
It's only 11.
Okay. You feel like something's not quite right.
Oh, 12. But no.
You get the idea that, like, the fur on your back is kind of standing up, and you don't feel completely like you have your bearings. Even more so than, like, just being on a boat. Pushak, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm on the deck in the ropes, kind of curled up in a ball, as small as I can get, just trying to wait it out. I see lizards up here. What?
Yep, you see some lizards carrying rope and rigging and boxes to and fro. One of them doing some magic and telling some stories. And you see this fabulous chocolate brown Siberian cat lying on silken pillows, reading some literature.
Sun hat. Just sprawled out.
I see what is happening here. Okay, I'm going to go talk to one of the lizards carrying something.
Okay.
Just kind of pop out of the rope.
How much does Pushak know about various lizards? Like, would different sizes of lizards appeal to him in different ways, or would he just go to anyone?
He's probably encountered lizards on his travels from the Northern Realms.
Okay.
So, yeah, he would be familiar.
So I'll tell you, we have a chameleon, a common basilisk, also known as the Jesus lizard, an iguana, a gecko, and a bearded dragon.
Oh yeah, the iguana.
Okay.
All right.
So the iguana is the one kind of walking behind, like, chatting and telling weird sea stories. So how do you approach them?
As confidently as possible. But try not to be too scary, because I'm big and have a sword. So, don't want to be frightening anyone. So I'll go up and I will say, hello, brother.
This lizard kind of just jumps up in the air and turns around, and you see, like, sparks light in his claws.
Oh no, I am not here to hurt you.
Are you a passenger? The tall
Aren't
dog was a
we-
skinny thing.
No, I am looking for the owners of this boat. Is this you?
Well, I guess Captain Long-Tongue Leatherstrider would be the owner, but he's on shore having a few drinks.
All right. Who is someone I can talk to about meeting some interesting folks? I have been told this boat is where I will meet the people that I want to speak with.
Oh, I see what's going on. Did they cause any trouble in town? We just let them out of our sights for one day. This is why we don't carry passengers around, honestly. I told the captain, I know it's none of my business, but we are a cargo boat only. Anyway, did you hear
You say
about
trouble.
a mite of trouble in town?
Trouble in town sounds like the people I want to talk to. Yes.
All right, well, you might, most of the folks took a dinghy. They're out after, Mr. Cyprian Carp, who, my grandpappy met right before he proposed to my grandma. He's a famous magical wishing carp who tells fortunes and restores dreams. Most of them are gone out there after him, but Miss Eartha Kitty, she's right there taking the sun. She's a nice cat.
All right. Miss Eartha Kitty.
Would you like me to make an introduction or something?
Yes, that would be great. This carp I'm familiar with, so this will be good. This will be good.
All right. My name's Edgardo, by the way.
Hello, Edgardo. I am Pushak.
Push.
It means through the heart. It does.
Well, I don't doubt it. My name
Good.
means my name means Eddie, but fancy. Let's go. And he kind of walks a little bit jauntier. And Eartha, you see Edgardo approaching you with Pushak, how would you describe yourself?
He is a very large Malamute with a great. Oh my god!
Hi, Sansa. I'll say he's a very big, fluffy Malamute. And he's handsome and brave. And Sansa, Christina's dog, is so jealous.
She saw a Pomeranian outside, and it's going down.
So is there anything you want to add to that description? So, Eartha, how do you respond to being... I will come back to that boat. So let's go to the fish. Have you decided on your question, kitties?
I go and I huddle up with Jean-Pierre and I say, you're better you're a better speaker than I am. I think you should ask the question.
Okay. Monsieur Cyprien, I have a word question before we ask the secret of you. Is that all right?
Yes, but that was a wasted question.
Now you are just. It has been a while since someone has caught me with that joke. It is very funny. If I had another gift for you, would you offer us a second secret?
That depends on the quality of the gift.
It is a story. A story that was told to me when I was a kitten on the streets of the monarchies.
If it is a story I haven't heard, I would pay well.
Oh, well, I believe this is a story that you will not have heard. May I begin? And if not, then we will stay with the one. If it is a story you have heard, then we will stay with the one secret, and we will ask.
Entertain me,
Happily.
cat on my back.
My name is Jean-Pierre Cachet, for formality's sake. So at
I like
this,
to stand in front of him, like I can like you can just kind of like stand on me or something.
no, I have
Okay.
this. Jean-Pierre moves to the front of the boat,
Okay.
closer to Mr. Cyprien's head, and sits on the front and kind of crosses his legs. So, in the monarchies, there is in a particular monarchy, there is a city that is covered in rivers. It is a city in rags, if you have heard of this kingdom. The city's name does not matter, as many of the cats that live in this city do not matter. Because this story is about a singular kitten. This kitten also has no name, which is the saddest part of all of this. The kitten grows up with no parents, making their way through life, finding food where they can, finding odd jobs. And then they meet the kindness of strangers, of owners, of taverns, and all this business. The owners are kind enough to give the kitten a home by the house, and give them food and a job cleaning the tavern when they are done for the day. And you know the kitten is happy for a while. They have food in their belly, they have a place to sleep, and what creature could ask for more? But you know this kitten is eventually taken from the tavern. Because there are those that think better than kind owners of a tavern that come in and open their arms and their doors to a kitten in need. And so the kitten is put back out onto the streets so that there is no feral ilk in this home. And this kitten is told that to keep heart, that there are those out there that are fighting for him. That the shadow block has been made, that those that are not of the royals have a voice now. And the kitten finds some hope. And then years pass. The kitten is no longer a kitten, the kitten is a cat. The cat finds their way through life, just making it through. sleeping in ruins, finding crumbs off of the floors where I can. And then soon they make friends again. Hope comes. And after years of no help from this shadow black making decisions for them, even though they say they are, they see that hope. An elderly cat with glasses and his fur is a bit spotty. He is bringing hope to many of the kittens in this world, in these monarchies, in this city of Rex with the rivers that flow through it. And as hopeful as this strange old cat is to our now adult kitten, the old cat dies, and the hope is gone. And sooner or later, this cat becomes the old cat and tries to do what those that were kind to him, to others, and finds a ruin of an old, I believe it is a cathedral to man. Ruined and left destitute by the monarchies, because no one, there's no point in keeping these faiths up when you have the monarchies to love and to be a part of. And this cat, just like the tavern owners, opens their arms to the others, brings in all the kittens that he can find that were just like him, and tries to take care of them as his best. And just like this old cat that helped him before with the fraggly fur and the glasses, this cat tries to bring hope to them, teaches them how to survive, how to live. And the kittens, they flourish. They find their own ways, still living alone, but together in this ruin. And soon this cat with no name passes on, like all of his friends, leaves the kittens alone. And so the cycle continues. And then another kitten with no name, is born on the streets of the city in Rex with the many rivers that flow through it. And that is my story for you, Monsieur Cyprien.
Snowballs and tears.
Mr. Cyprian kind of stops for a moment and just says, "We become who we want to see or who we dread to be. And then we die. All except me."
But then you break that rule that you just stated.
There's always an exception.
Of
Mentors
course.
die, so we find our own footing.
Of course, of course.
Thank
So,
you for your story.
You are most welcome.
Your name will be remembered, Jean-Pierre.
Good.
Now, cats, what secrets do you wish to know?
Ha! Jean-Pierre kind of slaps his knee and looks at Snowball and says, "I knew it would work!" Okay, the first question is there a way, a secret, that we can destroy the unseen for good?
The unseen have been alive as long as death has existed. It is not to destroy them, but to give them what they want.
Okay, that is a good secret. That is really good. That kind of that pushes us from one way direction to another. That is actually very good. Okay, so the more important question to me personally, and maybe to Snowball.
Says Snowball, what is your secret that you wish to know?
He's the better speaker of the two of us. That was my secret that I wanted to know. I'm sorry. I'm much better at playing instruments and staying in the background.
We all have gifts. Go ahead.
Very well. So, both Snowball and I are from some monarchies, and we are wondering if you know of a secret of how to, how do you say, dismantle the current system of monarchical control in some monarchies and usher in a new era of cat-based power of all of the cats, not just a few born into power.
Is
To put it simply.
that not the goal of the Shadow Block? Having a voice on the council?
Having a voice on the council more feeds into the system rather than tries to break apart what is wrong with it. The voices that are on the council currently try to keep the power for those that have gained it from the Shadow Block. So,
Just because we speak does not mean we are heard.
that as well.
Many wish to remove power from those who have it. Houses have been removed. You may have heard of the Smilodon house.
Oui.
They were taken away. They can be brought back. Many have tried. In the same way, any house is vulnerable to removal, to being forgotten. When there are no houses, what is left?
That is exactly what I wanted to hear. Well, those are our two secrets, and we know. I know you want to go back to your nap, Monsieur Cyprien. It was wonderful to meet with you and to chat with you. You have become a fountain of knowledge, and we are thankful for your to meet you. We will relay the secrets we have learned to our friends, and we will attempt to make this world a better place.
Many try. I'm sure you will try as well.
Oui.
Good night.
I have one last question, and it is not asking for a secret.
He kind of is still
Hovers there.
slowly sinking.
Yeah. I mean this not at all as a threat, but from when you spoke. Do you yearn for death?
Oh, I doubt I would know the difference at this point. Besides, what would happen to my secrets if I were gone? And
That
with
is a good point.
he sinks below the water.
It probably would have been a bad idea to try and kill this fish. Just to
Oh,
say.
goodness, no.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, did not mean it whatsoever as a threat.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Anyway, would you like a ride back to the boat? You don't have to fly, and I will be piloting. I spent many years as a gondolier in Rex.
Nah, I'll meet you there, and I just go off towards the boat.
Once I shot, and Jean-Pierre just kind of turns around and goes back to the boat.
So speaking of the boat, Pushak, you are now approaching Eartha Kitty, led by Edgardo. And Eartha, you see Edgardo leading this large Malamute.
She's gonna sit up from her recline, stretch a little bit, and adjust the hat. Now you are such a delightful surprise. Eduardo, my precious darling. Do we have anything below deck that could be brought out for some supper?
It says, well, Miss Kitty, we have some fish, and I believe we picked up some mead and ducks, and well, you know what? Sylvain just caught some quackadiles, and I could roast them. I know that's an acquired taste, but I fancy roast quackadile myself.
Yes, you have to cook it just right. It's all about the seasoning. And I have a few seasonings I know you've been working all day long, so perhaps we'll do supper a little earlier and have a little bit of a welcome back party for everyone to make it back.
Well, that sounds nice. Oh, this is Pushak. Pushon.
Hello.
Pushak
Thank you, Eduardo.
is Edgardo.
Hello.
He's a tall dog. I'll go get some food. And he kind of just shuffles off.
I feel bad that I got his name wrong.
It's the intent that really matters. You can't say what you don't know, but next time ask it a little bit more clearly and perhaps you'll know.
Of course.
Well,
You are Eartha Kitty then?
yes, that's what they call me, and you are Monsieur Pushak.
Correct.
Well, that's such a precious moniker. So, I'm not trying to be rude, because I am enjoying such a delightful view. Your fur so full and fluffy, and obviously built up quite a bit of muscle from, I'm assuming, travel?
Yes, I am a traveling dog.
Yeah.
I have been from the Northern Realms, and I have come here. I am in search of like-minded individuals, you see. I was told I would find some litter mates in the revolution here, I was told. So, of course, I do not wish to just like jump straight to the politics. You seem lovely, and I don't know this land very well. The water is so warm right now. It's very weird. Anyway.
The moment he says revolution, you have the moment she stops from rolling her eyes and she just goes, oh, yes, I have someone that you'll just love to meet. He's been looking for someone to talk to, someone that can share information back and forth. If you're looking for like-minded individuals, I know people who have minds, and I think they might like you. You're welcome to stay for supper, but we do have a strict don't set the boat on fire rule.
Set the boat on fire.
Yes, it doesn't matter if anything, any noble pigeons land, anything like that happens. Just we get them off the boat, and then you can give them a choice to rethink the error of their ways. I apologize. I'm from the monarchies. There's a whole thing with that. It's funny that you mentioned that because I was sitting here reading books of some information I collected back when I was big on the revolution scene back in the days. I totally different room and sit. You're giving me next strain. Just up there, darling.
When she says sit, he just like drops.
Yeah. All right. So you're looking for like-minded individuals just to have a chit chat, or is there something you need assistance with?
Well, I your lizard friend mentioned the carp in the water. I had originally come here seeking the carp's advice, and I spoke to the carp and I asked the carp, "Hey, I need help promoting, this workers' rights revolution ideas that I have left my homelands with." And he said, "Oh, go over to that boat. You'll be fine. You'll take it from there." And it seemed like a weird, cryptic thing, but hey, here I am. So, just trying to parse that one out.
Yes, I'm sure any moment now you'll figure out why they asked you to come to this boat. So, may I ask, when's the last time you got a good grooming?
Well, I've been on the road for a while. I was in the water, so that does not count. I know. Is it bad? I'm so sorry.
Oh no, I'm asking because as we wait, I found it, really to pass the time, getting tidied up and cleaned up and so on. There's plenty of time right now if you'd like to do that. We have a wonderful selection of brushes that I just brought in a couple of days ago. A few dry powders because who wants to get wet again?
That sounds wonderful. Am I frozen?
No. I think
you're good.
is.
Oh, okay.
At that, a rope gets thrown over the edge of the boat. And it's like, hello. Could anyone help me to dock? I am returning the dinghy. Like I said, lizards. Please.
I think Honey is frozen. Yeah, and Lulabelle and Sylvain start to pull up the dinghy. And
Jean-Pierre's just got 1 foot up
Uh-oh.
on the rim. Oh no.
Oh no.
Uh-oh, we lost Honey. Hopefully she will be back. Oh no. I know we look all weird in chat right now, and I don't want to delete this. There we go. Okay. Now I just have to move people around. Okay, that's all right. Keep going.
Okay.
I'll just put you where
Jean-Pierre's
you all go.
Jean-Pierre's foot is just got 1 foot up on the edge of the boat, and it's just a successful return from speaking to the magic fish. We have a secret to share. Where is Snowball? Is he still flying?
Where's Snowball?
He's in the crow's nest.
Okay. So, how did Snowball react seeing Eartha talking to this stranger Malamute that you don't know?
Actually was like, I wonder if Snowball would have noticed it. I rolled a 1, so I didn't even see anybody on there. So, yeah.
So what are you looking at, Snowball?
Nothing in particular.
Okay.
Probably writing more letters.
Oh, the magic fish. I heard something about a magic fish. I thought it best not to ask for more details in case something else went up in flames or was killed or something else. I like to be surprised. I like to find out what happened.
Oh, well, a surprise. The fish is not actually magical. He is just very old and very wise.
Mm,
and he gave us a secret.
beautiful. Well, Eduardo was getting some supper prepared for him, and we're going to eat with them.
Oh, the lizards? Sure.
Yes, they're going to apparently prepare some crocodile and who knows what else, but I thought maybe letting them choose what you do for supper is a little bit better, and giving them a bit of a break. They do still work.
Oui.
Oh, and this is Monsieur Pouchok. He's here. Well, I'll let him introduce himself. Don't keep him too long. He really wants to get cleaned up a bit. He's been traveling for a while. And as she's saying this, she's quickly closing books and covering up stuff and just trying to do it faster than Jean-Pierre can actually look at what she's investigating.
Bonjour, Monsieur Poshak. Jean-Pierre's giving a side eye to Eartha. Excuse me. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Jean-Pierre Cachet. As you can see, I am a cat, and I'm from the Monarchies. And you are massive. My goodness.
Isn't he just
Hello.
magnificent?
Hello. Yes, I feel very large here looking down at all you wonderful cats. Hello.
You are impressive.
Thank you.
Welcome.
At this, Snowball's finally looking down and like, oh, yeah, that's a big. Could probably give Grimly a run for his money.
Anyway, what brings you to our boat? We haven't been on it very long, but we have not had any guests on it, so a new experience.
Well, Miss Kitty and I were just discussing literature, actually. Her library is quite impressive.
Oh, what literature were you discussing?
We hadn't gotten that far yet, but...
Well, Ursa and I will have to have a discussion on that later, and Jean-Pierre just kind of eyes Ursa at that. But what brings you to our boat is a chicken heart.
Well, I hear you were speaking with the carp in the water.
Oui.
I was also speaking with the carp in the water maybe a few days ago, a week ago, I don't not know. I have done a lot of sleeping now that I am in one place. It is great, actually. And the carp told me to come to your boat. So, here I am.
Is there any reason why?
Yes, I bring this. And he pulls out this, like, it's a leather-bound book. It's really thick. And there's just a like a paw marked on the front of it. And he hands it to, I guess I'll hand it to Eartha. This is, I bring news to all. I see you all are travelers, hard workers. I see you, your paws bear marks of use. I am here to say it does not have to be this way.
Jean-Pierre's grin just kind of like the Grinch, just creeps and gets huge.
And Eartha's going to say, because she is a cat, and being catty is part of nature, she's going to, Monsieur Pouchok has an entire book. Snowball, come down here. There's a whole book. I think Jean-Pierre had a couple of pamphlets. I mean,
We never got to the point of a book, but
would you like to give me your pamphlet too, so I can
Sheesh.
all this?
Snowball hears little bits of this and just goes, not another one, and starts floating down.
I thought you already read my pamphlets. Oh, that is an oversight on my part. And Jean-Pierre offers a pamphlet while he also grabs the book.
Wait a minute, Jean-Pierre. I've not looked at that yet.
Neither have I.
Okay, well, do you want to share it?
Of course.
Open it together. It could be a bonding experience.
I would love this experience. And Jean-Pierre puts away his pamphlet and just gets real close to Eartha and then looks at all the other books around just to see what's going on.
You'll find she has. You want to actually see what she has over
Oh,
there?
yeah, absolutely.
She's got what could probably be considered an old draft of a pamphlet. She's got some diary that has pages just years back, with some names you may recognize. She's got a couple of books that involve like deaths and births and things that she's been recording. And then she's got another book that's probably a fashion magazine, but on each page there's certain notes and symbols and stuff that have been written down.
And Jean-Pierre sees that and well, let's take a look at this book. And
Yes, why don't you think the book's a great idea? Right now?
opens the book.
The first line, it's just like in giant letters, it says, "Arms of the world, lift yourselves." And then it's just like workers' rights
Yeah, and just
on
after
every page.
after that first line, Jean-Pierre just lets Eartha hold the book and
Put
just
your
kind
paws up.
goes and hugs Pushak. It's kind of
Oh.
like probably a leg thing, but definitely
Yeah.
hugs Pushak. And then from the hug, hands up a pamphlet to Pushak from his pouch.
I will take it in my
Snowball
giant paw.
Snowball just Snowball never landed, is just like eye level with Pushak flying, and is just kind of like, I'd take it as a compliment. I've never seen him do this before.
You have also only known me for maybe a week, so but and in the pamphlet is a little bit more militant sort of worker agitation of seizing the means of production and overthrowing monarchical rule, and basically leveling a playing field so that it's not just hey, you're born and you're the prince, and so you're fucking dirty ass rich. And so then releases the hug and stands back with his paws on his hips and is just fucking glowing. He's so happy.
So if Pushak is giving out marks, Jean-Pierre is giving out Lenin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bertha looks to Snowball and then looks to Pushak and Jean-Pierre and then looks at Snowball and then just clumps right back down on her cushions and gestures just in case he wants to come closer and relax or whatever, and says, I think they might be a minute or two. I'm so happy Jean-Pierre is making new friends. Perhaps.
I agree. Got any, like, what interesting books do you have here?
You know, I may need to go back below and get something. I was just doing some readings. The, Book of Mao, some diaries. Everyone keeps diaries when they're kittens, and that odd period between kitten and not, and when you're learning the world and making all the wrong decisions for all the right reasons. Do you have a pamphlet? Like, I feel kind of slighted. I feel like I might be one of the few people that has not actually received a pamphlet.
I mean, I received a pamphlet, just not from him.
I see he makes you work for it. All right. And for the first time, you've seen Eartha look a little bit flustered, like her fur is a little bit fluffed up, but she's really trying to pat everything down and to get herself together. And she's like, this is really not my forte, the politics and everything. I'm more on the side of, oh, you have a lot of money, give it to me so I can go give it to people who don't. That's kind of my whole thing. And in the interim, I collected a lot of wonderful things. You can see the beauty in everything, but Yeah, I really wish I had kept that bottle of scotch. Okay.
You know,
You
now
want
that
scotch? Eartha Kid. I have a backpack that has, well, it's not scotch, but it's something.
I'm just now imagining Pushak with like a big barrel around his neck, like a Saint Bernard.
My response to Eartha is now that it's just me and my sister and Pugmire. I don't know what I do anymore. I don't know what is my thing.
Well, apparently you're part of the glue that holds all this stuff together. You experience catnip in a way that some people experience extreme excitement. You're sneaky. You have a wonderful cloak. Um, and people know they can depend on you. For what it's worth, to me, it wouldn't be this group without you.
I turn into Eartha Kitty and go, "Oh, I thank you, darling."
This, oh, that is the most fabulous thing I've ever seen you do. So you make sure you've got to give the shoulder toss. You've got to roll the shoulder.
Yes, it's the little things that I still need to work on.
Yeah, that is amazing. You are going to get extra crocodile. All right. And this is what she's trying to have a semi-quiet conversation with Snowball. Okay, well,
Yeah,
Jean-Pierre,
all this time, Pushak and Jean-Pierre have just been like, oh, yeah, we have done this and mobilized this and all these different things. And, where are you from? Are you from the north of Pugmire? Where?
Yes, I am from the Northern Realms. It's large and cold, and it's very warm here. I
Oh.
find myself shedding a lot, actually. It's very uncomfortable, but
I don't
yeah.
have he kind of pats over the fur that is exposed and is I have a very thin coat, so when I have gone up north to the northern monarchies when I was in my younger days, I had to wear heavy coats. That is for sure. But you have come this south looking for support, no?
Yes, I have. I was hoping to find different dogs and cats who are tired of, being oppressed and looking for, fellow, uh, helpers to spread the word. And I brought a lot of these, and he has the book again. You can have it if you would like.
Oh, I would love to have this book. There is much I can learn from this. When I was with my group, we never got to making a book. We only had the pamphlets that we handed out. That worked for a while. But let me extend a paw of a comrade. And he reaches into his bag and pulls out two things. One looks like kind of like a petrified like rabbit's foot, but it's a cat's paw. And the other one is a very intricate looking medallion that has looked like it was owned by an aristocrat, but has been defaced and has the symbol of the claw of the common cat on it. And he gives the medallion to Pushak and says, if you are ever in the monarchies, or you need to find your way and find friends, show them this, and they will give you the help that you require.
Thank you, brother. I love this. It is so It's tiny and I love it. Thank you. It's very cute. It's very cute. I shall wear it as an earring.
Good. Make sure you do not lose it.
Oh,
Is that-
no, never.
Good. Good. And he thinks about it a little bit and puts the paw away and says, "Well, I have other things that I can teach you about the more southern realms and the monarchies that will help you stay out of trouble." And Jean-Pierre goes basically the kind of symbols that Jean-Pierre and Snowball see on buildings to see if like it's a safe place or not, and then all the other symbols that the Claw of the Common Cat used. He basically writes it out and teaches it to Pushak. So Pushak can now, throughout Pushak's adventures, can see the places that are friendly to those of the revolution and the cause.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You are
I will
welcome.
do the same. I will do the same for some of the Northern Realms Strong Paw initiative. Show you some. Your paws are so little. You have to press in. It's like you press in the snow and then it freezes.
I have seen this. I will have to push a little bit harder, but we can get it done.
I love that it's called the Strong Paw Initiative. I think that's so cute.
And I just love while all this is happening, there are 2 Earthas just sprawled out on self-inflicted.
Yep.
As 2 of you are talking about revolution and 2 of you are Eartha Kitty, Lugabelle comes out holding 2 platters, kind of does a double take at the 2 Earthas. Just goes, I swear I didn't have that much rum today. Fried crocodile? Anyone? Passengers? And kind of gives a stumble.
It is time to eat. It has been a long day for many of us. And we have a guest, so time to eat.
She looks at Pushak
just-
and goes, "You're different, dog. Crocodile. And also there's rum. And it's apparently very strong or gone south. But either way, it's a party." And she kind of sets down 2 trays of fried crocodile and 2 bottles of rum and a bottle of mead.
Making sure that she semi-sees this. Snowball walks behind Pushak, out of line of sight, goes back to being Snowball, and walks back out the other side.
Okay.
I don't know if there is like a trickery domain in this game, but I'm pretty sure that's Snowball.
Oh, good. I don't have to get you from the crow's nest.
Yes.
As crocodile. I don't know where the little dogs are, but save the little pieces for them. And in the morning, we leave for Water Dog Port. And you didn't hear it from me. I'm not gonna get in trouble. And she just kind of walks off.
We didn't hear what from you. That we're leaving tomorrow morning? We knew that.
No! About the boogeyman sighting.
It's a
Oh.
boogeyman.
I mean, I don't care because he never goes after lizards. It's more a dog and cat thing. So we should be fine.
Monsieur, I am a cat.
I think you need to sober up a little bit. I hand the water skin.
Isn't it full of catnip tea?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So she takes a big swig of it. And says, I think you're right. There's been 2 of one of you, and we're missing dogs. And starts to just chug it.
Mm.
and puts it down. Very pretty colors. They're such pretty tasty colors.
What is about this boogeyman, huh?
And her eyes get huge and goes, "Where?" And then she tries to run.
What off the boat in the water?
No, she tries to run to one side, sees that it's the wrong direction, and does like a this thing, and then runs the opposite direction.
Well,
Before she leaves, can I give her a large hug just to kind of be like, be still, it's okay.
Yes. Give me, I guess, a dex check to try and grab her.
Okay. Oh, the 17.
Yeah, you get her.
Sister,
Yeah, she
it
got
is
a
all
3.
Do not worry your scales.
Goes,
The colors are not real.
she goes, but you're so... You smell like sunberries, and you taste like sunshine, and she starts like trying to jog in place.
It's okay. You can tell me about the boogeyman. If you want.
Well, I said Edgardo made him up, but then Raspadon said he was real. He takes dogs and cats and puts them in cages. And then nobody sees them again. But we're fine, because we're lizards. But I was sad, because I like you all. And you're such pretty, colorful kitties. She kind of looks up at Pushak and goes, "Look at your fluffy kitty ears. You have such fluffy kitty ears."
I do not have fluffy anything. I am muscle. Anyway, no, okay, and I let her go. I do not like cages.
As soon as you release her from the hug, she does another, like, dart, like, running in one direction, and then doubling back, and then the other. And then immediately just falls down asleep.
That went better than I expected.
I agree.
You employ strange people.
Hey, we are technically not paying them. We are, how do you say? This group I am traveling with, they are employed by the kingdom of Pugmire, and they are hunting unseen. The undead spooky things that go bump in the night here. And they have been sent to go south to an island in the ocean and investigate some unseen things. So, no, we do not hire them. We are more like official stowaways. But why are we talking when... Yeah. Why are we talking when there's food here for us? I'm hungry. We have had a long day, and it's good to relax.
Snowball grabs. Are there plates or anything, or just?
She brought out 2 big platters, which have like fried bites and dips, but no like individual plates, just 2 platters.
Okay. Snowball specifically set some stuff aside for the dogs.
So it was good thinking. And Jean-Pierre will grab some for himself and then try to stealth away and just kind of back up to the edge of the boat until no one pays attention to him anymore.
Are you trying to not be seen by anyone, or just trying to kind of
Yes.
go off on your own?
No, I'm trying not to be seen with anyone so that I can then sneak to where Arthur was sitting down and look at the diary.
Okay, so is anybody gonna try and like see what Jean-Pierre's doing, or are you all distracted by food? Trying to figure out if I should get a roll here.
Snowball's constantly keeping an eye out. I don't know if he'll actually do anything about it, but
Okay, Jean-Pierre, give me a sneak roll, and Snowball,
Yeah.
give me a notice.
Oh, yes. 24.
21.
Oh,
yeah.
Eartha, you keeping an eye on your stuff?
I'm trying to mentally picture how Eartha is not going to see this. But I can assume because she is such a fastidious little feline, she's probably going to get cleaned up before it's time, and she's not. She probably took her book of now and a couple things, but left a couple other things behind because she's only one cat and she can't carry everything. So there's probably a diary or two there.
Okay. And Pushak, are you paying attention to where your new buddy Jean-Pierre just went, or are you distracted by fried food and beverages?
Well, I'm going to wait until they leave and kind of keep an eye out a little bit to see where they go, because I want to put the food on the floor and eat it from the floor like an animal, and it's embarrassing, okay? It's really embarrassing, and I want to make a good impression, so I'm going to wait until they leave, not notice, and like, oopsie, I knocked it with my huge tail. Oh no, it's on the ground, I better eat it.
Oh my god, that's the cutest thing. So it's less that you're caring where he's going and more that just like you're waiting for him to be gone.
Yeah, I don't want to I don't want to look like a total idiot, but like, ground food is best, okay?
Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Okay, so you're not really paying attention to where Jean-Pierre goes. You see Snowball kind of turn his back to save some room for the doggos who aren't here. And you see Eartha leave to go get washed up. So you have your moment.
Oh, yes, I whack very hard.
And how much of the food are you knocking over to the ground?
Well, try not to like do too much, but he's a big fella.
And this is just the appetizers.
Okay, yeah, probably like half of one of those platters at least
Okay.
is going on the floor.
Okay. And no dip or anything, just like hoovered up.
Oh yeah.
That would be me in real life. 100%.
I remember when I worked at Starbucks, we got any food for free if it was a markout that like fell on the floor. So if there was any food we really wanted, we'd just be like, "Oh no, it fell, markout."
Oh, if I would have just like dumped a whole tray like, oops.
So Jean-Pierre, you have stealthily gotten away. What are you looking for in these journals? Why are you so intrigued in what Eartha is reading?
Because of when I took a look. First off, Eartha got really skittish when I jumped back on the boat and she was trying to close up all her reading, which was familiar to me. And also, like, that's weird. Eartha's usually not like that. And then just looking for anything back that she would hide. And when I took a little peek when I was opening the book with her, I saw a name or two that I recognized that are very close to Jean-Pierre's heart. So
Okay.
jump in on that as quick as possible.
Give me an investigation check, I think, just to make sure that you can find it quickly before anybody notices you. Because Snowball's only turning his back for a second.
Right. At this point, now that he's got it in his hands,
Mm-hmm.
he's just like, if what was true is true, then I don't care if they catch me. And if what is true is false, if what I thought was true is false and I don't find anything, well, then I'll just be like, oops.
Okay, so what kind of things are you looking for? Like, sounds like people, you saw names from home.
Yeah, definitely the gang.
Okay.
I thought I saw a name from the gang.
Okay. So give me that investigation check.
Yeah. That's a 13.
Okay. So I'd say you can find something related to a name with a quick search. Eartha, what's something he might find in your book?
I pinged it all over to him.
Okay.
Yeah, she sent it
So
to me.
what do you find in the book?
But there's also like the writing is very clear. There's like smiley faces and sad faces and hearts and little sketches and all this kind of stuff throughout it. But
It's like a teenage diary turned into bullet journal.
it's just like an adult diary when you get bored and you have to scribble in the margins.
That's fair. It's like my notes from school.
Yeah, Jean-Pierre closes it and goes back and sees Pushak finally on the floor eating, and smiles and goes and joins Pushak on floor food.
I'm so curious what you found.
I mean, honey, you okay with me sending it to Jess?
I'm going to send it to her so she knows.
Okay.
Because it's a lot.
But the audience doesn't get to know.
Nope.
Okay, it's a secret for now.
But yeah, so Jean-Pierre, out of the corner of like Pushak's eye, just kind of like cat sneaks up to the ground food and starts eating some as well. Like keep it like making eye contact with Pushak while eating the ground food.
Well, I made a mistake and dropped it on the ground. I'm so sorry. I was trying to clean it before anyone
to
came back.
apologize for. Food is food. Yeah.
So Eartha comes back on the deck, seeing Pushak and Jean-Pierre eating off the ground, and Snowball eating, I'm assuming, normal. And she's just going to say, well, to each his own, as long as you're enjoying it. When
It's
I
very
try to
good.
do that, it gets in my fur and everything, the whole production. And she's going to settle herself down, get a few pieces, and delicately eat them like someone might eat some grapes. Just with a flourish of her hand, and she eats, each piece carefully and notices her diaries are over there and just kind of suddenly moves a pillow.
The diary that Jean-Pierre did look through, I will say he did like stand it up.
Okay.
A little bit open, which is a little weird.
Yeah, she's gonna go and find the mead and just drag that a little bit closer. And oddly enough, when she pours it into a glass, she doesn't drink it, but she does take a sniff or two of it occasionally and then sit it back down. And then pick it back up and take another sniff and sit it back down. As she's enjoying her exotic cuisine.
The mead smells like honey and freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And the fried quackadiles taste like oil and breading and seasoning and tough chicken and just slightly of fish.
Yep.
Kind of like gator bites.
Mm-hmm.
I love Gator. It's so good.
I'm from Louisiana. So she's going to eat, and she says, "Well, friends, food, good company, and tomorrow, then apparently we face more water than I have ever willingly traversed across, and apparently a boogeyman, and who knows what else. You said you have a secret?"
Jean-Pierre rolls on his back. Do not forget about the revolution. That is also tomorrow and every day. But
I think I forgot to put that in my planner.
I believe you did. But the secret, and still on the ground next to Pushak, just like laying on his back, grabbing food and like putting it in his mouth. The secret from the fish. He said that we do not destroy the unseen. We find out their goal and help them achieve it. Which it makes sense. We may have been perceiving the unseen as some greater evil because the friends of man were a great evil. Maybe the unseen are misunderstood and are really bad at communicating their goals. Or, and this is kind of a parallel for other things, no one has asked them what their goals are. So no one knows what their goals are, because when you want to share private things, not always. So maybe we should go to this island with the compass and the strange light and ask the unseen what they are doing. Sounds good to me.
Looks to
Who
the right,
knows?
looks to the left, looks to Snowball, and I didn't want to ask because I kind of came in the middle. And there was this whole thing, and they were fighting all this kind of stuff. The first time I met them, there was like armor and all the rest of this kind of stuff, and they just seemed really intense. So I'd assumed the unseen had wronged them, but I've never actually asked. Snowball, how did that even start?
Fighting the unseen? How did that start?
Yeah.
They were big and scary. And taking over bodies.
But was that the unseen or the friends of man?
That was the unseen.
Was they taking over dead bodies?
No.
Oh.
And Eartha, you would know in the code of Mao, always pounce upon minions of the unseen is the number 2 thing.
Yep. And she's just... I just am wondering how exactly one gets the audience with an entire group of beings that not only can and have killed, but also do some sort of possession, and haven't really just sat down for talks, maybe they don't know it's an option, maybe there's just too many years of history, but
it also seems that they are quite aggressive to start off with. They may not know that this sort of avenue is available to them. So,
maybe they just want a revolution.
I think that may be putting a little too simple. Most of the times those who want revolution are usually the first things they try to do is talk, but but we also do not know the entire history of the unseen, do we? Maybe they did try to talk initially, because who is out here saying that the unseen is evil? For all of our history, it is it is those in power who are saying the unseen is evil.
Pusha, darling, What is your thoughts about the unseen?
Well, they seem very unsettling, but that doesn't mean anything, really. What is unsettling to one thing is not unsettling to the other. For example, if you were a fish and somebody said you have to walk 100 miles up a mountain, that would be very unsettling. But, I'd say okay. But the possession thing, that's just gross.
Wait.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Fish also made mention of, in our just general discussion with him, the older families of Mao and the Smileton family.
We talking about the removal and how they disappeared, and said the same thing could easily happen to the others. So sounds good to me.
I'm sorry, run that by me again. We were talking about
oh.
unseen, and now we're talking about houses disappearing.
The fish brought up that one of the old houses, one that has not been included in a long time, the ones that was destroyed or forgotten, that the others can be forgotten in the same way. Which
And
is
Fish just decided to bring this up in
oh no,
conversation.
I told him a story in exchange for an extra secret.
Oh. Oh, okay, so he was supplying a secret, and the secret was that houses can disappear.
Well, it's not much of a secret, but this sort of ancient being, reaffirms certain things.
I'm sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure not all descendants of nobles are terrible. Just most.
Are we talking philosophically or in the process?
In your process.
Oh, so we are having, okay. So, well, I'm a little disappointed that not everyone is here, but I cannot speak to the experiences here in Pugmire the same way that Pushak could. This is not my home. I support these revolutions here in Pugmire and in other places, but I have not met a noble from the monarchies that is good.
Well, let's hope that that does not continue.
The interesting thing about nobility is that sometimes it's lineage and sometimes it's circumstance. And with all of those who don't actually know their lineage, it's a very challenging sort of overlap to give a blanket sort of categorization of a social group. Is it circumstance? Is it social? Or is it by blood?
I agreed. There are cats and other nobles who get their positions because they are given to them by another noble, or they find their way there. But as Pushak knows, it is always on the back of the common cat, or the common dog, or the common creature. It is never by their own hands, by their own paws. It is always off of others. And when they get to these positions that are high enough, that they have the means to take care of themselves and others, and they do not, even if they have a good heart or they are a good cat. They help to perpetuate a system that kills. So, there may be nobles that are good of heart. There may be nobles who do a philanthropy and give money to poor houses. But at the end of the day, they're not doing anything to help those. They're not truly getting their paws in the dirt with the rest of them to really break this system and make sure that there are no kittens on the street with no food.
With his mouth full of food, Puchak is just going to, like, from the deck where his tail is, like, thumping wildly, he's just going to be like, oh, where did they get their wealth anyway from, huh? Think about that.
Exactly. So I appreciate this idea that there are maybe some good-hearted nobles, but when there are kittens and cats and dogs that come and say, hey, we would like assistance, we are dying, and they say, oh, of course we are giving you assistance, that is why the shadow block exists, and the shadow block does nothing. Nothing changes. No one does anything. They are still a part of the system. And then finally, when there is righteous anger coming back, they police it, either by words or they send their guards, and they kill. So, there may be good-hearted nobles, but their actions speak differently. I understand and respect your perspective. And I will not force you to do anything. I am not... if you say no, you say no. But I will do what I must.
Oh, sweet Monsieur Jean-Pierre, you do not know my perspective. She's gonna gather up her things, her diary and everything. The diary that was standing up, close it. And she's gonna gather a couple of bites, and she's gonna make her way downstairs to where her quarters are.
Oh, wait, Miss Kitty, before you go, you were talking about the unseen, yes? You're going to see them, right?
She's gonna keep her back to them so they can't see that she's crying. She was really trying to get away before they could see her in emotional state, and she's yes, the unseen are unseen, so we never see them. But apparently, there's a mission to find a way to deal with them. So I'm along for the ride.
Could we hear your emotion in your voice?
She's trying to modulate it, but it's a little stuffy.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes. Our mission and Snowball just takes over, like taking over, and just explains like our mission, what we're sent out to do, and everything, and allows Eartha to keep going. Yep.
Jean-Pierre's still on his back, on the ground, just reaches out like a cat searching for something it can't see, and then grabs a piece of food and...
You know, the realms in the north, we have many stories. That's where I got this book. I'm sorry, dog. My dog is like, she's chosen the loud toy.
Hell yeah.
I honestly thought that was Honey's stuffed animals before I realized she was muted. I was like, Honey, I love when you do puppet time, but don't make them squeak.
it's not to me. Excuse me. I'm so sorry.
Christina, I live with Henry. It's fine. We know all about loud animals here.
Ah,
I bring many stories to your shores, but one I think might interest you. There's a legend that we have in the Northern Realms. There was a dog, a very strong dog that came, and he spoke with the unseen. He wanted to challenge them into their faith. Instead, he became possessed, and they took over his body. But his community they found it, his pack. They found out about this, and they said, "You must leave." And so he wanders the Great North alone. It's very sad. I am
Really?
sad about it.
so this is very sad. I'm sorry. Well, we think one of the missions of this group is to go and prevent this from happening again. This possession. I think it will benefit everyone.
Good, very good.
I agree.
And now that I have, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I agree, and I feel as though it was lovely meeting you, Pushak. If you join us on our adventure, that is wonderful. But I think I need to deliver some food to our other comrades, and I think I need to get some rest.
Of course. Always a soft heart, Snowball, for your rough history. You're very charming. I appreciate that.
If
That is not
only
to say that you are rough and tough. You are tough and dangerous, my friend. But you are very kind.
if only you knew the half of it.
Well,
And I go downstairs.
Half quarter, 1/3. You're still kind. I do not care what you think.
Snowball, are you going down to Eartha, or are you going down to your own room?
I'm gonna check on Eartha,
Okay.
but I am mostly just going down to collect my thoughts.
Okay.
But checking on Eartha is priority 1.
Okay.
Didn't have my black cat, but
So, Pushak, tell me about more of these stories you have while we are just the two of us on this boat.
Well, the place I collected them is not the nicest place, so some of them are a little rough around the edges.
Well, then I will tell you some stories as well. And we can exchange stories of a cold place that is harsh and a 5 different kingdoms that are also harsh. It will be good telling.
Indeed. Before we get telling on the story, though, you must tell me the truth. Do I smell weird? I was afraid that Miss Kitty was like, "When did you last bathe?" And I'm feeling very weird about it. I'm self-conscious. I don't want to offend her sensibilities. You know, I feel like maybe I have come to the ship, and I am very smelly. I don't want to be.
Do you mind if I get close to you?
No, you may get close.
Jean-Pierre just kind of like cat reels his head back and then smacks his face into Pushak's side and gets a big whiff. Do they smell bad? My friend, you smell like you have traveled a lot. It is not bad, but it is not good.
Okay.
I think, this is to say, I think you're okay for now. But I think in the future you may be good for a bath.
Okay, good to know. Thank you, comrade. All right,
You're welcome, comrade.
I'm going to go sleep in the ropes now.
Oh, okay. Very good. Jean-Pierre will watch Pusha go and then just climb up the crow's nest and sit there and sing quietly to himself.
Jean-Pierre, are you keeping an eye out or just kind of waiting for more food, waiting for the rest of the crew to come back?
Yeah, keeping a little bit of an eye out, yeah.
Okay. And what about Snowball and Eartha?
Eartha's curled up and she's just humming to herself and has a little brush, but she just uses thaumaturgy so that her eyes don't look watery. But she's just a small little twinkle of her head and she, oh yes, Snowball, yes. Pardon me for my abrupt departure. I think the spices were getting to me a little bit.
I just walk up to Eartha and give her a hug.
She does the thing where the cats kind of collapse into the hug and then pushes away so quickly. I will get you one of my fashion magazines, darling, so you can practice all the different outfits.
I'd be okay with that.
Jean-Pierre, there's no such thing as any tenet in our culture that talks about being good. So I don't think any of us are actually good cats. But I think we get lifetime after lifetime to try to get it at least close to right.
I mean, Baguette says I'm pretty good.
That's because you may be all right in cat terms. But with dogs, they have a lot more grace than our people do.
Mm-hmm.
Not physically, because you've seen how they run.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm talking about, forgiving you, loving you, caring for you,
Mm-hmm.
giving you opportunities, forgiveness. That's hardly heard of where we come from. But when you watch them, watch the filter of a little bit of that canine grace.
Just know, Eartha, if you ever want to talk, I'm here.
I appreciate that. I really do. Now go get some rest. Apparently we have to fight a boogeyman or whatever is happening. Well, it might be a skull with tentacles or, a tongue with spider legs. I have no idea what to expect from this group.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, and I pull the thing out of my pocket, I should probably do something about this.
And that's where we'll leave tonight.
Thank you. I forgot I had that in my pocket until you mentioned that.
Thank you so much for joining us on tonight's Paws and Claws. This was wonderful. Christina, it was such a joy having you. I'm Jess. You can find, I write stuff. You can see Book of Season Solstices is right there behind me, and Equinoxes is coming out in less than a month. So check my Twitter for that. It's very exciting. And follow my channel, Angry Nerd Girl, on Fridays. 3 Flings plays. We play through all of Uncaged. And this Friday, we are playing Christina's Adventure from Uncaged Volume 1. So that's going to be super exciting. Stay tuned tonight at 10 p.m. Hunter the Vigil's second edition, Uptown Shadows, is playing. We also have Hunter the Vigil's second edition for Chronicles of Darkness Kickstarter right now, and we are about to unlock the 8th stretch goal. So check that out. That is super fun. And Christina, it's been a blast having you. So let's start with you. Tell us who you are and where we can find you and how Pushak is so lovable.
Oh, you know, he's just a big fuzz. Thank you for having me. This was awesome. I've been wanting to play Pugmire forever, so thank you. I'm Christina. You can find me on Twitter at D20xtina. You can find me on Instagram at DM_and_Sansa to see lots of pictures of the little fella that was barking a lot. My dog is really cute. I'm biased, of course, but I write tabletop RPG stuff. You can see more on Twitter. I'm in Book of Season Solstices. I wrote a really dorky summer adventure featuring some Sasquatches. And
by dorky, you mean awesome.
Yeah, if you wanted a party with the Sasquatch, you know, get in on that. I did some work in Uncaged Volume 1, some very creepy stuff. And today, actually, I just, let's see, I'm going to drop it in chat. I did a setting for Travis's Odysseys and Overlords, so you can find a thief town that I wrote for that.
Oh, chat doesn't let us put links, but I'm guessing it's on your Twitter. So everybody go to Christina's Twitter. It's D20xDina. All right, awesome. Also, we have a Patreon, but that is in chat because the bot can put it in there. So please support us if you love what we do. And Cameron, our revolutionary Jean-Pierre and Pushak's new best friend. Tell us who you are and where we can find you.
Hi, my name's Cameron. You can find me on Twitter at CamBlair_32. I'm a TTRPG writer. I wrote an adventure for Uncaged Volume 4, which was released just a few weeks ago. Go to DM's Guild, buy it. It's great. You can buy a hardcover. It's even better. Got some exciting stuff brewing. I've been getting art, getting editing. It's going to be great. I'm super excited to show it. And stay tuned for next week for more Revolutionary Cat stuff.
Snowball, Alan, tell us who you are and where we can find you.
Hi, I'm Alan Engelson. You can find me on my Twitter handle, which is right below me, and I can never remember it. And I play test. That's all I do. I don't write. Not yet.
You're a good kitty.
Mm-hmm.
And Eartha, honey, tell us who you are and where we can find you. And why you're so dang good at accents and voices.
Got a couple more you might get to see on the show, depending on how things go. I am Honey, aka Honey and Dice. You can find me on Twitter at Honey and Dice and on Instagram at Honey and Dice, but I don't have any pictures there yet. I just didn't want anyone else to take the name. I am the creator of the Embrace the Initiative workshop, where I help new and existing DMs and GMs become more confident and comfortable leaders in their space. It's more about the heart, not about the mechanics. I have a new workshop that hopefully will get picked up by Gen Con called How to Buff Your Small Business. And it's about cybersecurity, internet safety, cyberbullying, issues that actually exist, social engineering, things that are threatening small creators right now, more so than the larger corporations, and what they can do to protect themselves from some things they may not know or happening important. I play on a lot of Jess's games. You can see me popping up on various charity streams. Hopefully my own stream will be up in a couple of months. I DM, I play, I write a lot of poetry, and I spend a lot of these streams taking notes, which is why you see the top of my head more than you do my face. So I apologize for that, everyone. And remember to love your you. And if you can't today, remember that I love you. So thank you so much for allowing me to be on the stream.
I love everybody on this show, and thank you so much for joining us. Onyx Path is going to take a little bit of a break, but you can use this hour to check out our Patreon. You might have noticed that Gwendy B, who played Bagel last season and sometimes appears this season, is a fantastic artist. And if you somehow want to give us a ton of money, she will do art of your character, which is a pretty neat thing. And if you love coffee, you can have coffee with Bagel and Baguette and get discount at Initiative Coffee. So, yeah, check that out. And there is, I already said it, but Hunter the Vigil Uptown Shadows is going to be here in an hour. So come back for that. And we love you. And we'll see you next week. Mwah! Thank you so much, friends. Good night.